Alrighty. My apologies for that, folks. Had a little bit of setup to do there that I just didn't get done before. Now we're good to go. Tank and front loaders, and finally we're off. Let's see here. This is going to be an easy pickup. Take the job. 30 grand. There we go. And so it begins. I'm gonna try going without radio this round, just so I can tell YouTube to go stuff themselves with regards to flagging all my content with copywritten material, just because I opt to listen to a radio. Also, I'm going to have to ask your forgiveness if I get up and take a break or two here in the next 30-45 minutes. Just got finished stuffing my face with some homemade tonkatsu cutlets. The tonkatsu and the rice turned out amazing. The sauce I picked could use a little bit more work. I prefer more of a gravy than anything, and this sauce was kind of just a ketchup and Worcestershire mixture. Wasn't bad, but it just wasn't quite the flavor profile I was hoping for. So 20-hour in-game trip. This might be about an hour and a half at most broadcast. I'll try to keep it interesting while it's just me in here, but you know, there's only so long I can drone on before I just run out of shit to ramble about. Like it just happened. I ran out of shit to ramble about, except for rambling about shit. My hands are still a little bit greasy, slipping off the old analog stick here. Okay. Hey. Oh! Let myself get distracted with him. Made the turn nonetheless. And so for all you viewers that may be watching this, say jackass, there we go. In the future, you know, I'm definitely open to suggestions, feedback, comments, questions. You know, I'm still pretty new at broadcasting on Twitch. Haven't quite figured out what my style and format is. Right now I'm just borrowing heavily from others whose setups I like. But obviously that's it looks like crap. put it bluntly, and definitely open to suggestions on how I might improve that look. So feel free, whether this is on YouTube or watching it on Twitch, to drop a comment in there and leave me your suggestions. I'll just ask you don't be a dick, because, well, it's probably a small one and nobody's going to be impressed with that. I hate driving at night. On the highway it's not so bad, but when you get on those little one-lane country roads, it's a real chore. And that reminds me, I completely forgot to look into getting some upgrades on my truck to see if maybe I can't put some lights on the side so that I can better see the lane markers at night in my rear views. Also, for any of you that may play Euro Truck Sim 2, currently the only mods I'm using are the ProMod and a few trailer packs, military, railroad, or rails, and something else, I forgot what. But definitely keen on further expanding my experience, as I've found that the in-game options, particularly for customizing my Volvo FH16 here that I'm driving, are pretty lacking, and I'd like to see some more variety. I've tried to go out and get some skins, but it seems that most of them don't want to work for me. I'm particularly looking for interior mods, as I don't like the exclusive interior for this truck. But if you guys could point me in the right direction, that'd be awesome. I'm familiar with the, I want to say it's the ETS2.LT mod site, which is where I've been going for the most part. But every mod site I've gone to seems to suffer from the same general lack of organization and leaving it up to the modder themselves to specify what version of the game their mod is meant for. And it seems like between the 1.7 version that came out about 2 months back and the 1.8 version that we're playing today, there were some pretty major changes, as I was downloading skins for what I understood to be the FH16 that were apparently put out for version 1.7 that were not showing up and working on this current version for the FH16. Peaceful night drive down the... I forgot where I am. Dutch? I'm Denmark? I forgot. Whatever. down the Scandinavian countryside. That was a little bit nerve-wracking. I do not trust the AI in this game to do anything logical. Too many times I've been on a roundabout or driving straight through and the AI has just completely ignored the typical laws and rules of right-of-way. Whereas, you know, I'm on a roundabout going around and they just decide to slam right into me or you know, making a right turn or even a left turn at a green light, and somebody, you know, driving perpendicular to me on my right side decides they just want to turn anyway. It's pretty frustrating when that happens. Also, as I was kindly informed in my previous video that took me to my origin here earlier, particularly in Germany, but presumably in the rest of Europe, it is illegal to drive in the left-hand lane unless you're passing. So I am now going to do my best to maintain and obey traffic laws and drive in the right-hand lane, except when there's douchebags like that just want to keep on going and ignore my turn signal. Also, if anybody happens to know if ProMod is just a single mod that includes Scandinavia and eventually the French, Spanish, and Italian editions, or is it going to be several multiple packs? I've been reading their forums, and I've really been unable to clearly determine what the deal is there. Or even if it's possible to use multiple map packs for disparate regions. Because I'd really like to be able to drive through regions like Spain or cross the Alps. Fuck my life, I always do that. And that is why I can't wait to have an actual steering wheel over this analog controller where it's impossible to have a steady tack. How much damage did I do to myself? It doesn't list any, but I doubt that's the case. interchange this one is. Did it really just... Alright then. That was a unique driving experience. Get off to get right back on again. Way to go, GPS. Must have been that $100 TomTom that they were selling at a gas station. So glad it's daylight again. Driving at night's such a drag. Looks like I'll be needing sleep long before I run out of gas. Which just means I'll be doing both at the same stop. These cars are sounding a little strange to me. Like they're all having engine trouble or something. Listening to some tunes right now sure would be nice to fill in all that dead air, YouTube. Just because I'm a cheap bastard and I don't want to let YouTube stuff commercials into any more of my videos than I have to. Probably might want to slow it down a hair through these little curves. I don't think they're going to be a problem, but I'd rather not find out. And for anybody that may live in Germany, Austria, and that general region, I'm rather curious as to why it is actually illegal to pass on the right. Is there some sort of safety reason for it? I mean, I know here in the US it's, you know, it's not really a big deal. It's just kind of, you know, I don't know, it just comes off as rude in some regions. But it's not illegal anywhere that I'm aware of, anyway. But, you know, we do have most areas, anyway, have a pretty typical guideline that slower traffic keeps right. I mean, is it just that Germany wants to effectively enforce that, such that, you know, the fastest traffic will only ever be going on the left-hand most lanes? I don't know, just the decision just doesn't seem to make a lot of sense to me. Or was it just a revenue boosting thing? One thing's for sure. I'm sure if such laws were enforced here in the U.S., it very well may have a positive impact on some of our busier roads, because it's not uncommon to have, you know, some shit. Was I supposed to have exited there? Yep. Oh well. It's not uncommon to have some douchebag driving, you know, 50 miles an hour in the leftmost lane in an area with a 70 mile per hour speed limit. Yeah, thanks for telling me to U-turn, except I'm on a highway that's not possible. I wonder if it'll tell me to exit on this little side highway up here. Yeah, whatever. Alright, I'm gonna check my map since my GPS is being a bit stubborn. Yeah, I can take that. Just circle right around. And seeing as I've already been through Hanover, there's no need for me to really make a detour through there. Back on into my lane now that the turn's complete, and we'll just pedal right on through. That's another thing, actually, that speeding offense just reminded me of. I have a hard time reading the speed signs as I'm going down the highways. Now, it was my understanding that ProMod updated and changed some of the speeding signs, but you know, I noticed that there was a mod that increases the text size on these speed signs to 200%. I'm wondering if there's something out there that's comparable to that, but maybe not to such a large degree. As, I mean, a 200% increase, a doubling in size might actually be exactly what I need. But again, in that case, I'm assuming that the ProMod signs would not be affected by this. And I'd love to find a way to do this such that all speed signs that is, those put in by ProMod and those not, would be affected. So again, any of those who may still be watching the video at this point or tuning in and just happening to catch this could definitely use a bit of suggestion on that as well. Oh look, the road's behind me. Let's just drive through a barrier and land on the street beneath me. Surely my cargo can handle that, right? sweet, I can get on outside of Hanover. Go ahead and just start coasting on down. Maybe see if my transmission will slow me down much, but not enough. And that brings up another question. Is it legal, or rather is it illegal to write on red across most of Europe? I've noticed when I've attempted to make a right turn at a stoplight that I tend to get ticketed for it, and I'm just not sure if that's a limitation of the simulation, not knowing what I'm doing, or if that's an actual legality issue. Open for you to just merge right on in. And I'd also be interested in a map mod that maybe increases the frequency of speed signs. As like, especially when you get onto the highway and you don't see one and you're driving in an unfamiliar part of the country, what are you supposed to assume? You know, should I assume that this is a 120 kilometer an hour piece of highway, or is it only 100? Because, you know, like that speeding ticket I got here 5-10 minutes ago now, I was only doing about, it was about 150 kilometers. Which is not unreasonable, and it was on a major highway like this. I'm sorry, not 150 kilometers. 60 times 1.6, 60, 96, so 100 kilometers. And like these guys all seem to be driving less than 60, which would lead me to believe that I might be driving in an 80 kilometer zone. I probably should have stopped there for gas, but such is life. Hey, hey, hey. I'm going to back it off a bit. These curves are getting a little bit hairy considering my load. And let's see, how far up is the nearest gas station? Ooh, quite a ways actually. Well, I should be alright to make it there. anybody else keeping an interested eye on the multiplayer mod that's in the works? I saw the video, or a video of it rather, and wasn't quite enough information for me to really form an opinion on it. Looks interesting, but I guess it just depends on what you can and can't do. I mean, the way that the other connected trucks just seemed to kind of glide across the roadway, it's not a big deal. It's probably a limitation of the engine, and I can live with that. That's fine. But it makes me wonder if, you can start up an actual company, run with player drivers, things of that nature. Or if it's just going to be about, getting together with a random group and driving down the highway shooting the shit. And completely missed the speed sign there. I'm almost positive it's only 80 kilometers per hour. Hopefully I don't get a ticket for doing 5 miles over that. Throat's getting a little bit dry here. Let's deal with that right quick. I got my drink handy, I just need to open it. That's better. Not gonna miss this exit. He can yield to my awesomeness. Let's see how 60 treats me on this new stretch of highway. I kind of need to make up for time from that missed gas station. Don't want to start getting fined for driving a little too long here. Yeah, I'm not sure what I was thinking, but normally I catch a nap whether I need it or not at the beginning of each trip before I go and pick up cargo. This time, not so much. The same thing with gas, usually, if there's a gas station really close to town. And here I am, letting people pass me on the right. Yep, the yawns have begun. I really hope in the next incarnation of this game, which will be American Truck Sim, to my understanding, they've enhanced the GPS functionality such that you can create manual destinations stations would be great from, or even waypoints would be pretty awesome. You know, it'd be great if I could set a waypoint for rest stops and gas stations. That way I could get an idea of what their distance is in terms of, you know, rather what their distance and, well, geez, wow, brain fart, huge one. What their distance is in terms of mileage and time at current speed. Gas station can't be too far off. Let's back it off a bit since I'm speeding again. Alright, what's GPS say? Whoopsie. GPS says it's still a ways off. Nuts. I'm gonna start to fade here pretty soon, and very real possibility that I'm gonna start getting fined. Ah, yes, the vision. Always the first to go. Make a conscious effort to stay in that right lane, the rightmost lane. I rather like having these rumble strips anyway. Good, damn good audible indicator that I've veered over a bit too much. If everybody will excuse me for a moment, I'm going to take one of those little breaks I talked about at the start of this video. I shall be back very shortly. ladies and gentlefarts. I appreciate the patience. I'm back, and let's get back on the road, shall we? How did I not see this one sooner on GPS? Feed the beast. Take a nice gulp of drink. Pull on up to the rest area. Hey, where'd you come from? Nap time. Ah, you worthless driver. How dare you not find a job? She's my big earner, too. Oh man, this is gonna be a wait. Good enough. He's not happy. Maybe. Get back into my own lane here. Slow it on down real fast, like a little too fast. A bit of a sloppy turn. Nice cargo. Right turn, Clyde. Sure where I am. assume I'm still somewhere in Germany. Strasbourg, clear and clear. Got 265 miles left to go. This trip's was a quick one. I'll pick it up to about... you know what? Let's keep it here. Better safe than sorry. Do a quick check of the cargo. What? How did my truck get damaged? I've hit nothing. Oh, there was that one minor scrape. Oh, you know what? It's probably tire wear. That's what it more than likely is. I keep forgetting that on every single trip I do, my tires end up getting worn by the ballpark of 2%. Got a line of cars behind me. They can't be happy. I'm just putting along at my own rate. Nasty turn. So much traffic for 11 o'clock on a Wednesday. And I'm so glad that I'm at the front of this line so that I can set the pace and not some dinky AI driver who's going to end up doing 30 once they get in front of me. There, 45 seems to be a reasonable rate for this road. Ah, glorious silence of the road. Nothing but the sound of your engine humming and your tires running against the concrete or whatever the road surface may be. Ooh, what is this? Oh, that's a left turn. That was a fast yellow. I kind of want to go to the right, though. Just because you're telling me I can't. Cannot wait for my steering wheel to arrive. Oh shit, don't want to go that way. 40. What would that be? A little over 30. Stay in the right lane, just in case. Oh, nope, I don't need to be in the right lane anymore. Seems reasonable. And since there's been a little bit of dead air here, for those who may still be listening, if you're on YouTube, my Twitch stream can be found on my YouTube page somewhere. I forgot where. But twitch.tv/orcsoul. And for those of you who may be watching this on Twitch, but want to see my YouTube stream, or rather my YouTube channel for Euro Truck Simulator 2, it would be youtube.com/orcsoul. ETS and the number 2. Why is everybody slowing down like this? You jackass. Looks clear. Realized I'm driving on a road that I haven't driven previously. It's always refreshing when that happens. And in some cases it's a little bit nerve-wracking too, especially when it's one of those small little one-lane roads and it's all curvy. Those are the kind of roads that I say to hell with everybody else, and I turn my brights of mass destruction on, especially at night. Or well, only at night. There's not much need for brights during the day. going so slow? I think I can afford to pick up the pace a bit here. I hate it when they do that. It's like, surprise, the lane is ending. You didn't need to be going straight, did you? Cruise control at 60 ought to be decent. What in the world? Is this a roundabout? In the middle of the highway? What is this? Oh, it's a rest area. That's a tunnel too, so let's slow it down. Let's say 80. Oh, go to hell. I was slowing down. Got a bit of a right turn. Oh, how nice, I'm already in the lane. This guy's driving a little too slow for me. Wow, it's 50? There we go, that's a little bit better. It's about 60. Just like driving at night in real life, I get so focused on the road that my eyelids start getting heavy. Why? You're a terrible driver. Hopefully a new speed limit sign will get posted here somewhere. Alright, I'll just assume 55. Split the difference. Only got 100 miles left this trip. That's better. Okay, what's this lane gonna do? Good. It's exit splits off rather than just terminates the right lane. That's the sane way of doing it. Man, I really want to go back there and mix up another batch of rice. Finished off what I made tonight. Man, that stuff was good. It'd take me another 30-45 minutes. Forgot how good that stuff was. this lane stays open. But the sign kind of gives you a late notice. And time to get around this guy. Scared to look to the right. Yeah, he's gone. Okay. Yeah, no turn signal. That's what I call a fill-in station. Now, you can't ticket me this time. I was doing the speed limit. For 4 miles. I was at an hour and 7. Oh yeah, it's not going to be pure highway and 50-mile-an-hour driving the rest of the way. My luck. No sooner than I start to pass this guy, that my exit will be coming up and I'll be forced to either gun it or slam the brakes. I hate passing on a turn. Alright, speed limit's 60. Let's floor it. That was a little hair-raising. That sounded like a train. Taking this one nice and slow, because I know that I'm gonna... which way am I going? To the right. Looks... whoa. Took out that sign. That's the other problem with this analog stick. Sometimes the wheel just keeps on a-turning. given that I'm so close to my destination, I guess we'll start the wrap up here and now. Thank you for anybody who happened to come in and view me for any given number of seconds or minutes. You know, if you've watched this video, please feel free to comment. You know, thoughts, criticisms, constructive criticisms preferably. You know, don't be a dick, as I said. Yours is probably small and nobody wants to see it. But I'm always open to suggestions, and you know, as I mentioned, got mod suggestions, mod news, anything like that. If you can answer my strange questions about European traffic laws, that'd be great as well. I am always a curious individual wanting to learn more. I like to consider myself a fountain of useless information. It's probably why, you know, I don't know about a lot of the things that I should know. That being said, come on, people now. I'm so close. Far ahead of schedule I may or may not be. Go away, blinker. Let's see, it is 4:26 Thursday. I'm only an hour ahead of schedule. It's not bad at all. Oh yeah, good cargo there. Good, clean turn. Where's the entrance into this yard? Oop, there's a stoplight. Oh, it's green. There's the entrance. This is one of the easier lots to back into. Skip parking and give up that whopping 45 experience bonus? No. Straighten the truck out of here. Come on, trailer. Perfect. Unhook and get paid. And that concludes this trip, ladies and gentlefarts. Thank you again for tuning in, and everybody have a pleasant evening.